Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. बदलाव का मौसम आया है, नई उमंगे लाया है. एक कदम उठा था कल, आज और एक कदम बढ़ाया है. जहाँ पहली वो कमाई से बच्चों की पढ़ाई तक, नए बिजनेस से लेके शादी की शहनाई तक, चुनौतियों से जूझती जीत की बधाई तक. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. बढ़ते रहने दे उनके इन सपनों का कारवां, बस जाने दे बुलंद हौसलों का जहां. क्योंकि हर कोशिश से कामयाबी तक, जीत से गूंजती हर वादी तक, आज के इरादों से कल को दिए वादों तक. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. जब ढूंढते हो वो मंजिल जो मिल जाए हर मोड़ पर, कदम बढ़ेंगे गर्व से, खुशियां होंगी हर छोर पर. क्योंकि हर जिम्मेदारी से उसकी तैयारी तक, आज उनसे और कल उनकी पीढ़ी तक, आज है कल है हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Here with you, for you to hold you, be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा. Be beside you, हम हैं हमेशा.
Hello, very good morning all, and my name is Taki and I'll be your host for today's program. I would like to welcome you all, and I wish that each and every one of you today are doing in the best of health, and during this pandemic you are sanitizing yourself, you are wearing masks, and you are keeping social distance. It's not about being afraid, it's about being wise. So I hope that each and every one of you are doing great during this pandemic, and I wish you great health and the strength to overcome this pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome you on behalf of Kotak Life. Yes, Kotak Life is the sponsor for today's program. Today's program has been brought to you by Kotak Life, India's leading life insurance company, a company which is 100% life, 100% owned by Kotak Bank, which is 100% Indian company. So this company is one of the leading life insurance companies with a claim settlement ratio of more than 99%. and a solvency margin ratio, which is 2 times the statutory requirement is 3.1. What's a solvency margin ratio? If you're thinking as a layman, solvency margin ratio is the ability for a life insurance company to pay its liability. So as per the government norms, the liability, the strength should be 1.55 times the liability, whereas Kotak Life has the strength of 3.1%, 2 times the liability. It's one of the most and the most consistent profitable life insurance player. And today it has taken a great step to give a small gift to all its beloved senior citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, today's presentation is our heartfelt gratitude towards our senior citizens. Today's presentation is very interesting because we are going to unveil the basics of retired life. This presentation is intended to support senior citizens to take informed and wise decisions. Today's program will have a gamut which will contain of 3 important things. Analysis of the post-retirement phase. Number 2, elaborate the current financial environment in India. And number 3, compare the various investment avenues for a happy retired life. So this presentation is a presentation which gives you the right information for you to take informed decision. So I would request you to quickly grab a pen and paper because you will have to answer many of questions to yourself to become knowledgeable and to become informed to take the right decisions. Okay. So with that, I would like to take you through the presentation. Welcome again, once again, and Kotak Life wishes you great health and safety during this pandemic. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing I would like to talk to you about is walk of life. Now, what do I mean by walk of life? This is something which is common to every individual, you, me, your neighbor, and all of us. Okay, so if you look at the walk of life, life begins at 25. That's the time when you finish education and you venture into business, profession, or a job. Now, during your journey, your key focus is on generating wealth. Your key focus is always on generating wealth. Now, this continues till the age of 60. At the age of 60, a person retires. Now, this phase is known as the earning phase. Now, what happens after the earning phase? You have a retired life. But this life is impacted by the recent advancement in medical science. Now, how do I say that? Life expectancy was at 69 years in the year 1970. But with the improvement of medical science, this has moved to 75 years. So now people are going to live longer because there are diseases which were dreadful have been brought under control. There are medical advancements which are taking care of adverse diseases and it is curable. It is prolonged. So all the advantages of medical science have increased the life expectancy of an average man. Now, if you look with the advancement of medical science and technology, it is expected that in the year 25, the average life expectancy will be 80 to 85. And I'm sure all of us who are above the age of 50, we are happy to see this. But this also has a flip side. And that flip side is that one has to live 25 years more without an income. That's the biggest worrying point here. It's a beautiful thing. Everyone loves life and everybody should have a long life. That's what we wish. But having a long life should also come with financial stability in life. So what I mean here, ladies and gentlemen, is a simple thing that 71% of your work life has to be relived after retirement without an income. So that's the key point. If you have a pen and paper, just make this point. Are you ready to take care of your expenses for 71% of your work life that you have to relive after retirement? That's the biggest challenge. And this medical advancement comes with a great advantage with us, and it also comes with a great food for thought. Whether are we ready to support ourselves for 71% of our work life once again after retirement? That's a big question to ask. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move ahead. Now, if you look at our spending, our spendings, which are the days during the week you spend more? Yes, it is the weekends, because that's the time when you're free. When you're free, you want to go out, you want to stick into some leisure activities. So when you do that, what happens? Your expenses goes high. And imagine a life where you are at home all 7 days of the week after retirement. What kind of expenditures are going to come? Would you be able to curtail the expenditures which are not so important? Maybe yes, maybe no. You are the best judge. And in this presentation, you need to answer these questions to yourself to strengthen your own retirement planning. Okay. Now, the next important topic which I'm going to discuss with you is very, very interesting. It is done by HSBC survey of future retirement studies. It says that more than 7 out of 10 Indians depend on their children for retirement. Well, that's a good thing to do, but let us evaluate this from the child's point of view. The evaluation says that at today's date, the work life is much more challenging than it was 20 years from now. Jobs are much more insecure, irrespective of your education and irrespective of your efficiencies. Job losses are very common. The expenses like rent, inflation, cost of living has all gone up. Now, would it be fair for you to expect that your child will successfully be able to take care of you along with his family and his liability? That's a question. All we'll do during this presentation is give you certain intriguing questions which you would have to evaluate and answer. So no answer is a right answer and no answer is a wrong answer. The answer, yes to an answer is also your perspective and no to an answer is also your perspective. So the challenge number one, when you depend on children, is that there is an extra stress on your children to not only meet their ends, but also to support you. Would it be fair as a parent to depend on your children only? That's number one. The number 2 point is that would your child want to take this responsibility irrespective of his financial situation? Now, many think that families which have money, they don't have problem. Let's look at a very great example. This is Mr. Vijay Pat Singhania. He's the man behind Raymond's. Raymond suits. They are one of the best in India, and he transferred his shares of more than 1,000 crores to his son Gautam Singhania, and today he's living in a rented apartment in Bandra, Mumbai. Well, that wrinkled eyes which you are seeing right now in front of your screen tells the story. He says that love your children and care for them, but do not love them so much that you are blinded. So there are 2 aspects which come very strongly here. One, is it fair for us to allow our child to take our burden when the times are getting hard, jobs are getting hard, profits in business are falling? Number 2, even if they are financially strong, would they be willing to take care of us? Now, at the end of the day, it's all about your retired life. 71% of your work life has to be relived. How would you like to relive? Now, depending on children, is it a fair idea? Is it a very secure way of looking at your retirement? The decision is completely yours, ladies and gentlemen. And let's move ahead with this food of thought. Now, it is said that if you're boarding a flight from, say, Bangalore and you want to go to Mumbai, so I'm sure that you will want an airlines which would take you from Minambakam or Minambakam in Chennai. Forgive me. It's Kempagoda Airport, and it's going to drop you at Chhatrapati Shivaji Airport terminal. So when you want a flight which is taking from the starting point to the end point, would you be interested, or would you like to venture for a flight which might drop you somewhere in the middle? I'm sure the answer is no. It's a very eminent and a very easy answer for all of us. You would want an end-to-end planning, an airlines which will take you from your starting point to a desired destination, not somewhere in the middle. Well, retirement is a concept which requires similar attention and care. Retirement also requires a vehicle or an institution or an organization which will take you from the age of retirement till the date of your beginning of eternal journey after this life. So it may be 10 years, it may be 20 years, it may be 30, it may be 40. May God bless you with the best of life and the best of health. But whatever is your tenure of life after retirement, till you begin the eternal journey of the next life after this life, ladies and gentlemen, you need a vehicle which sticks to you. And right now in India, what is happening is that India is in the need of specialized solution which is built for pension planning exclusively. So you cannot have a product which is built for something else and you use it for retirement. You cannot have a product which is built for short-term liquidity and you use it for retirement. You need a product which will take you from the age of 60 till the age of 90 or 95 or whatever is your age, is your longevity or your life expectancy. You need a vehicle which will take you till the end of the life. So these are the 3 aspects which you need to ask question. Number 1 is that, am I prepared to live 71% of my work life again after retirement? That's the first question. The question number 2 is that, would you be able to manage your expenses when you're sitting at home all day? Or would it lead to a lot of capital erosion and unnecessary expenditure involvement? Objective number 3 is that, is it safe for you and for your child for you to depend on him for your retirement? And last point of thought, the last point which you must think and ponder upon is that, would you like a vehicle which is taking you from your retirement age and dropping you somewhere in the middle, or would you be interested in a vehicle which takes you from your retirement age and takes you to the final destination of life? So these are the four important questions, ladies and gentlemen, the answer to which you will have to give, because we are not the best person to give your answer. Personal financial planning is subjected to your own sentiments and your emotions. So here are the four important questions you need to answer before we move ahead. So I hope you've answered the questions in the white paper and pen which you have, which I suggested you to keep handy. Let's move ahead. And what we are looking at retirement, the most important component of a retired life is peace of mind. We want a senior citizen to have an enjoyment in his life, to have an essence of enjoyment, to fulfill his or her needs, and to have a sustainable income. Not only that, we would want him or her to maintain the independence and integrity which they have maintained all their life during their work stint. So that independence and integrity has to be intact. They have to be an oasis of happiness, which is not only nurturing themselves, but you should also be ready to nurture the small little needs of your loved ones who live around you. And last but not the least, the life has to be full of nourishment. So that's pension for you, ladies and gentlemen. When we comprehend pension, it's having a peace of mind to enjoy life, to fulfill all needs, to have a sustainable income, to be independent and maintain the maintenance of integrity, to be able to contribute for happiness and to nourish your entire life and the life of your loved ones. So that's pension for you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, today's presentation, as I said, is towards the senior citizen. And I would like to salute on behalf of Kotak Life, because we understand what are the turmoils and what are the tough challenges you have taken, and you have reached at this age. I am halfway to my retirement, and ladies and gentlemen, it has not been a certainly easy journey, and many more challenges are yet to come. So I would like to say thank you for your contribution to the society. Thank you for building a great family, which is making a society. We would like to salute you, and we would like to really acknowledge, this is a platform of acknowledgement, and we would like to acknowledge the great turmoils of your career, whether you've been business, profession, or you've been in a job. You have taken great toils and turmoils of life, and you've done a great job. So please give yourself a big pat on your back, ladies and gentlemen. We know that you've had a challenge of managing your wife and your in-laws, and for women folks, you manage your responsibility, your job, and also you have managed your children. So you had your own challenges of life in your marital life, the highs and lows, and you've done a great job. My compliments to you. Thank you for building the society. You brought up the young India, the youth today has been brought by you, given the value. Today's value in the Indian culture is far more richer than the first world countries, and it is said that the essence of belongingness to each other is much more stronger because of the values you have given us. So this excellent shaping of Indian society has been done by all of you. So thank you so much. And not only that, you have given a great start of life to your children, and you've been a rescue mechanism for them for every emotional, financial, and mental problem which they are facing during their journeys of life. So at the end of the day, we salute you. And today's presentation is to make the life of all senior citizens beautiful. Our objective today, ladies and gentlemen, is to help you take the right decision in an informed manner and to have a very peaceful, joyful, and a great retired life. So let's proceed. Thank you so much for contributing to the society in such a great way. We are privileged to have you today in the presentation. We've done a small quick check across the country, length and breadth of India, and we asked people what is the number one requirement after retirement. And we did that test, and we found out that it's not a luxury car. Most retirees are not interested in luxury cars at that age. We asked them, would you be interested in the best of returns with a relevant amount, with a proportionate amount of risk? The answer came no. They would not be taking risk, and they are not interested in the best return, but they are interested in a steady return. We asked them about luxurious homes. Would they be interested in luxurious homes? Well, 99% of them said that we want a home which provides for our requirements. It may not be luxurious. And last but not the least, we asked them, do they aspire for the expensive goodies like, expensive branded watches and having the exclusive Gucci and Armani? The answer to all these questions were very, very common across the length and breadth of the country. And it was that maybe no, these are not the top priority things which we have. So what is the top priority thing? The top priority thing which they were looking was peace of mind. I have already started getting questions from all of you. So before I move ahead, I would just like to take some time so that I answer the questions at the end of the session. Okay, thank you so much for the small break. So, ladies and gentlemen, peace of mind, the most important element for retirees has come. What they want at age after 60 is peace of mind. All of them have vouched for one important aspect, that's peace of mind. So, ladies and gentlemen, just give me a brief moment. There is a technical hitch in my screen. I hope I am visible to all. Yeah. So as I said that luxury car, best returns, luxury homes and other items were not the top requirement list. What the requirement at 60 is very simple. They vouched for peace of mind. All they wanted is peace of mind. So how do we in the current state, in the current scenario, how are people engaging in obtaining this peace of mind is a very important question. Let us analyze the various vehicles which are commonly used by retirees for peace of mind. Number one vehicle and the most favorite and commonly accepted vehicle is a fixed deposit. Well, it's a great tool, but let us look at the returns. If you look, this chart at the bottom of your screen is showing the depletion of interest rate with time. So whereas in 1970s, where the lifestyle expenses, rent, medicine, everything was lower, the interest was higher. Where in 90s, where things got expensive and the lifestyle and the monthly requirement got expensive, the interest went low. By 2020, it's as low as 5.5. Now, the big question is where would this be in 2030 and 40? Now, that is what you need to think about, ladies and gentlemen. That is what you need to actually rationalize. And you need to think that what happens if tomorrow there is 1% or 0.5% interest rate in FD? Because with the way things are going, there are predominant chances that this interest rate will keep depleting with time. Okay, so how do you plan? Is FD the answer to your worry? Do you think FD or fixed deposit is the answer to your worry to a secured life? Well, maybe yes, maybe no. The answer is yours. I'm here to share with you certain aspects of FD. Now, the biggest worry in FD, which all of us are facing, is depleting and volatile interest rate. Every year, this may change. You may have an opinion that yes, I may go for a 5-year or a 3-year FD. You can do that, and FDs, the rates will be fixed for 3 to 5 years, but your life is 25 years after retirement. So how do you plan? So what happens after 5 years if the interest rate depletes? The second thing which you would like to highlight here is the problem to renew. FD is not a perennial article. It's a medium which needs to be renewed at every frequent interval. Now, when you go to renew, would you be in the best of health? Second, FD, everybody knows that FD can be broken just by a simple letter on a white sheet. All you need is write a letter on this white sheet and give it to the banker, and the money will be there in your account within 1 working day. Well, this is not only known by you, this is also known by your children, who may be tempted to request you, to emotionally ask you for their requirement. Now, whenever you are touching your fixed deposit, you are compromising on the peace of mind. So having a vehicle which allows you liquidity, is it a boon or is it a disadvantage? Well, when it comes to compromising on peace of mind, it's a disadvantage. So FD is a product which is not really built to take you from retirement age till the last day of your life, where you begin your eternal life. It is not a vehicle which is built to give you a smooth sail journey, a smooth fly without turbulence. So whenever the interest rate falls, there'll be turbulence in your life. Whenever there's a requirement, there's a liquidity option which you are exercising, you are prone to have challenges. So, and just not to mention, the current scenario is that when you are meeting youngsters, they are not fully aware of the right products, and there are many people. Banks are growing, and the market is growing. In financial institutions are growing. There are many people who are selling financial products. All products are relevant to a financial planning, but it may not be relevant. There are chances, if you engage extremely to the sellers, there are chances that you are prone to mis-selling and erosion of funds. So these are the challenges in FD which a person faces, and person sees. Now, my question to you is this: do you see peace of mind? Now, this decision and this question is completely depending on you. Do you see peace of mind? You just take a piece of pen and paper, as I said, and just say FD equals to peace of mind or FD equals to no peace of mind. Is your decision. You need to take this decision right now. Okay, let's move ahead. The second most important and the most secured form of income in India is considered to be a rental income. Without undermining the real estate market, let me tell you that people have made fortune in real estate market, but that was a couple of decades ago. In the last 10, 15 years, markets have changed, especially during the pandemic. The risk in rental income has come up. I live in Bangalore, and let me tell you, every second house is flooded with to-let boards. Why? Because to have punctual receipts of rent is a challenge. It's not easy for you to have a tenant which is going to pay you right on day one of the month. Okay, but your expenses are going to come on day one of the month. Okay, the electricity bill, the bill for your car maintenance, your insurance premiums, or your requirement of your groceries, medicines, medications, doctor appointments, everything is fixed. But there is no hard and fast rule which propels your tenant to pay you money on a fixed day. The second most important is to have the right selection of the right kind of people who would use your property. Would they be able to be a former great neighbor? Would they match your culture and your family and your stature? So these are the things. You might land up giving your property to somebody who may jeopardize your peaceful living at your retirement age. Now, this point is something which I was referring to, and I went to the punctuality of rent receipts. And this point is a very relevant point, ladies and gentlemen. It talks about inability to achieve consistent occupancy. As I said, that in Bangalore, every second house is flooded with boards of to-let. Why? With work from home, the necessity for people to move from the small rural places and move into big cities and stay there for a job has been diminished. So with this diminishing, where the digital world is taken over and geography is not a constraint, what happens is that the chances of you getting the right occupant in the right time will be very, very difficult. Okay, so it's very difficult to have a consistent income. Even if you have the people occupied your property, are they the right people to be your neighbors? Are they going to pay you rent? These are questions which you need to ask. There are, of course, issues of litigation at any point of time. There are huge maintenance and wear and tear of the assets, and real estate property always comes with the burden of taxes. Okay, so when you look at this, can you say that you have peace of mind? This is again an answer which you need to decide right now. Use that pen and paper beside you and just write your opinion. Do you see rental income to be the ultimate solution for your retirement planning? Okay, let's move ahead. So the next thing, which is very favorable, and people have shown, people think that it's a right way to do retirement planning. Well, we do not disagree to them, but there are certain risks in mutual fund and equity-related product. Risk number one: thousands of crores of wealth was wiped out during this market fall and the market correction. Capital depletion is something which is a threat, because you don't have time for this recovery. After retirement, you are in a position where you need instant gratification. It's like Maggie, 2 minutes notice. You want to invest today, and tomorrow you want the returns. Now, if your capital depletes, would it add to your peace of mind? There are funds which were providing great dividends to our people, and all of a sudden that dividend has stopped, and there has been an inconsistent pattern of income. So these are the challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Dependence on time. How do you know which is the right time? Everybody wants to buy at the lowest point and sell at the highest point, but nobody knows what's the highest and the lowest point. And nowadays, even if you are trying to take a decision, you have to depend on the technology. Are you technology savvy to take the right decision in the right time? So these are some questions which you need to ask. My question to you is that whether you talk about FDs, whether you talk about mutual funds, or whether you talk about rental income, do you see peace of mind? Well, there are 3 L's of retirement planning which I would like to share. The objective of this presentation is not to desell any product. All products are required. So the first L in your retirement planning should be liquidity. So 15 to 20% of your investment should be invested in FDs for liquidities, because there might be medical emergencies, there might be requirements of your life where you need to start investing. You need to take out money for medical exigencies or certain wear and tear of your assets in your life. So you need to have a portion in FD. So FD is a relevant portion, but if you increase the portion significantly and you depend on the interest, you are exposing yourself to volatility of interest rate, and you are exposing yourself to a jeopardy of your peace of mind. What's the next point? The next point is long term. Equity is a beautiful place to be invested if you're looking at a long term pricing. So if you are a person who has a large capital and you are well financed after your retirement, I think a significant portion of your investment, 10 to 15, another 10 to 15%, should be invested in equities for long term capital appreciation. Of course, this comes with your own personal preference of risk tolerance, and you are the right person to take the decision whether how much of risk appetite you have. So both the products are relevant to your retirement planning if you are taking them in the right proportion. Okay. And last but not the least, L, the third L stands for lifetime. Now, what's lifetime? You must have a vehicle which is providing you a bare minimum sustainable income from the date of retirement till the date you begin an eternal journey after this life. So long as you live after your retirement, you must have a fixed guaranteed return for you. So these are the three L's of the retirement planning: liquidity, long term, and lifetime. So as I said, the most important component chosen by all senior citizens in India are peace of mind. And today we are going to tell you that Kotak Life has a beautiful product called Kotak Lifetime Income Plan, which is an immediate annuity plan, which is going to give you the most important word in today's world. That's a guarantee. Well, the guarantee is the most important word. We are issuing annuities, which is going to have annuity rate as applicable on the date of policy will be provided to the customer. Once issued, a rate will be guaranteed for life. I'll read it once more for you because this is the most important part of the entire presentation for you to understand. Annuity rates applicable as on date of the policy conversion will be provided to the customer. Once issued, the rates will be guaranteed for life. Yes, you heard me rightly. Once you have taken an annuity product, the rate promised on the date of your conversion will not vary, irrespective of the market condition, irrespective of the economic crisis or pandemic. The rates will remain the same for life. So the first, there are 2 to 3 types or versions of the product which I am going to talk to you about. The first is known as lifetime income with cashback. Now, what's the lifetime income with cashback? Lifetime income with cashback. Here is an example of a 60-year-old gentleman with a purchasing power of 1 crore. He starts his annuity at the age of 60 and he continues. So he continues to receive 48,083 at the cost of 1 crore. The monthly income which the person will receive is 48,083. Now, if I multiply that by 12 months, an annual income of 5,76,000 rupees, 77,000 rupees to be approx 4 rupee less. Now, if I were to multiply this with 30 years, well, he's received 1 crore 73 lakh rupees. And the best part is that on the day this gentleman moves on to the eternal life, the entire corpus without any deduction will be given to his legal heir. You do not need to invest separately on planning your real estate, your estate planning. You do not need to hire any lawyers. All you need to do is give us the name of the person whom you would like this fund to be given when you begin your eternal life. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is an opportunity where where a gentleman retiring at age 60 and moving on to the eternal life at age 80, he, with his 1 crore investment, he receives 1 crore 73 lakh rupees and he receives his money back. So and this income is going to be steady. No market correction is going to affect you. No interest rate fall is going to correct you. You don't need to go to the bank or the financial institution to renew your policy. There is no third party involvement for capital erosion. So this is what is peace of mind. My question to you is this: do you see peace of mind? Once you enter into a contract like this, do you see peace of mind? As an important question, do you see peace of mind? Just use that pen, paper, and write your opinion. Well, there is another version of this which is available. It's known as last survivor lifetime income with 100% annuity to surviving spouse. Now, what does this mean? Well, the meaning is literally what it says. It says last survivor lifetime income. So between a husband and wife, whoever is the last survivor receives 100% of the annuity till the last date of his life. So here is a beautiful couple who's living life to the fullest, and the couple receives a pension of 52,273 per month till till as long as either one of them are surviving. So even in an event where the policy holder or the main person who's invested in the policy begins his eternal life and he leaves us to the heaven, still the vows which he has committed to his wife will continue. He would keep receiving 52,273 per month. Or rather, she would keep receiving 52,273 per month. So here is a beautiful way where you can ensure security, you can ensure peace of mind not only for you, but you can ensure it for your spouse as well. Well, as they say that your vows will be fulfilled, and you which you've taken in the presence of Almighty. The question is, do you see peace of mind here? Now, there's another version where you can choose to have half an income after the demise of the policyholder. And the advantage there is that they would enjoy higher pension. So instead of 52,000, they would enjoy a pension of 57,377, which is relatively higher than all the three options which we've seen. And in an event where the policyholder moves to the eternal life, there is a half of the amount will be continued for the wife. So since the thought process in this particular version is that when the family is halved, the expenses will be halved. And during this gives you an advantage of enjoying higher pension during both of them enjoying their retirement life. So here, do you see peace of mind? So, ladies and gentlemen, three options: cashback lifetime pension with cashback. You can have a lifetime income with 100% surviving spouse, and you can have a lifetime income with 50% annuity for surviving spouse. So these are the three opinions. So, in a nutshell, if I were to say, in a nutshell, what is that income? What is the corpus you need for a peaceful living? So if you are looking at a pension of 1 lakh rupees per month, for a 1 lakh rupees per month, the corpus required is 2 crore 8 lakhs approximately. I am just rounding out the figure. Where if you're having a corpus of 2.8 lakhs, 2.08 lakhs, you will have an income of 1 lakh rupees per month. If you're looking at and per month income of 75,000, well, you think that 75,000 will be able to help you and sustain you with a good life, then the corpus required is 1.56 crores approximately. If you're looking at an income of 50,000 per month, you must have a corpus. I'm sorry, the figures are not right here. I would show the right figures. I would share the right figures shortly. So the corpus required for 50,000 rupees would be somewhere around 1 crore 3 lakhs, and the corpus required for 25,000 rupees income per month is 51 lakh 99,000. Forgive me for the third figure. The figure here would be close to 1.03 crores. 1.03 crores. Okay, that's the right figure for you, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're looking at an income of 1 lakh, you must have a figure of 2 crore 8 lakh rupees. If you're looking at a pension of 75,000, you must have an income of 1.56 crores. If you're looking at an income of 50,000 rupees, you must have a 1 crore 3 lakh rupees corpus. And if you're looking at a 25,000 rupees income, you must have a corpus of 52 lakh rupees. So let's move ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and we look at the macro view. We will look at the macro view of the entire presentation also. So as per Reserve Bank of India, the repo rates are reducing, impacting the FD and the postal rates. So the chart, if you look at all fixed interest bearing tools, whether it's FD, whether it's post office, so it keeps reducing and it is prone to reduce further because all fixed interest bearing tools are going to go down with the reduction of repo rates. And if there's a steady decline in repo rates, you pick up it, and it's very easy to do your own research. You can do a just quick Google and you will find out what is the drop in the postal fixed rates, what is the drop in the FD rates, etc. The second thing is that market volatility is something which CB is also not being able to control, and due to the market volatility, crores of wealth is being wiped off. Now they say that it's important, it's good to test the depth of a river, but it's not wise to test with both your feet in. So what is the percentage you would like to be exposed? Of course, FD is required for emergency. You should have 10 to 15% of your retirement corpus invested in FD, and it is also required for you to have equity exposure if you are tolerant to risk. But what is the percentage? You can have a 10 to 15% exposure basis on your risk appetite. Last but not the least is that life insurance companies are looking at improving or upgrading their premium rates. It's very important for you to take decisions well in time before the premium goes up and you need to pay more money to achieve the same pension. It's important for you to freeze your peace of mind. So you have an option, ladies and gentlemen, to freeze your peace of mind today. You need to freeze your peace of mind, and that's what the most important and the relevant topic which we are discussing today. Now, I would like to take question answers for a brief period of time, and we've received some very heartwarming responses from all of you. Thank you for your presence today, and thank you for your question answers. So let us see what are the question answers. Okay, this question is coming from Shushila Mohan from Bangalore. There can be a risk factor even in insurance. Do you think we can get peace of mind in a policy? Well, that's Mrs. Mohan or Miss Mohan. It's a great question. Let me tell you that life insurance company cannot escape policy liability basis its experience in the market. Now, if you look, this policy will be issued under 4-5 acts of the preamble or constitution of India. This is a valid contract. So it is issued under the Indian contract. Okay. Secondly, this particular policy is being issued by Kotak Life, which has come into existence after amending the LIC Act 1956. Not to forget the Insurance Act 1938, where it is making mandatory for a life insurance company to pay its guaranteed profits. So the money which you are being assured are coming from the Indian Contract Act, is coming from the Indian Insurance Act 1938, and amendment of LIC Act is also involved when this contract is issued. All the products are approved, and all the companies are financially audited by IRDA, which has come into existence in the year 1999. So it is coming under IRDA Act also. And the reservations of tax benefits are as per mentioned in the Income Tax Act 1961. Last but not the least, this policy will be issued under the adherence of PAMLA, that is the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Till date, no life insurance company has been able to escape a guaranteed policy liability on account of non-liquidity or piece of fund. So, if technically seeing, yes, the entire financial regulation, Mrs. Mohan, is supporting you, because there cannot be a situation where a life insurance company is allowed to escape policy liability. Just to help you understand, to get a life insurance company license, 200 crore of paid up capital is given. And every year in the beginning, beginning of financial year, IRD does an audit to check the solvency margin. As I said, the solvency margin of a life insurance company has to be 1.5 times of his estimated liability. So whatever is the estimated liability of a life insurance company in a year, they should have 1.5 times of that amount in their reserve, which is checked and audited by IRD. Just to tell you, Kotak Life is specialized in finance, and it is Kotak Group is a specialist in finance. Finance can be divided into 4 aspects: ICFA, insurance, capital market, financing, and asset management. So it is an expert in all the 4 areas, and therefore our solvency margin is 3.1%, which is 2 times the statutory requirement. So all insurance companies, when they are guaranteeing, you are rest assured by the legislation and the financial legal framework framed by the government of India, you cannot have a situation where guarantees are not paid. Second, when you're choosing a group like Kotak among all insurance companies, the chances of you having any financial hiccup will be completely eliminated to 0, because their expertise and you are relying in safe hands. So if you look, even when it is talking about INLS fund, or when you're talking about PFRDA, Government of India, the Ministry of India is moving to Mr. Uday Kotak for the right advices. So you are rest assured that expertise of Kotak in the legal framework of the country is going to assure you great returns and peace of mind. That's my answer. Do you think we can get peace of mind? My answer is yes. with these justifications. Thank you. It was lovely hearing from you, Mrs. Mohan. So the next is coming from again Bangalore. Today, Bangalore is on fire. Bangalore Ishan. If the cost of living goes up, how does FD interest go down? Logically, money doesn't add up, but it only goes from one hand to other. Well, see, when the cost of living is going up, it is a resultant of inflation. And when the objective, the interest rate is depleting. The interest rate is depleting because of the repo rate, because of the market. You see, whenever the economy moves from developing to develop, the fixed interest bearing tool has been declined. If you go to Japan, you need to pay a bank to keep your money in the bank. Leave getting interest, you need to pay them to keep your money secure in the bank. You pick up the internet today and you look at the FD rates in England, in UK, all the developed nations are not having fixed interest bearing tool advantage, where India has. But as and when India is improving and moving towards development, we are also going through the same transition where the fixed interest bearing tools interest will keep declining and the non-fixed interest bearing tools opportunities will be higher. Whereas, and using the expertise of Kotak Group, using the expertise of financial maestros like Kotak, you can have a reservation of peace of mind for your life. I hope I've answered your question, Mr. Eshan. The next question is coming from, again, Bangalore. Sir, as you mentioned, life expectancy is 85, but in Kotak, all term plans are up to 75. Only why? At least it should be 80. Well, it is coming from KR Puram, Tyagaraj sir. Sir, wonderful question. You have tried to cross-pollinate two products. The objective of a term plan is to meet unfulfilled obligations of life. Okay. For example, a 30-year-old man who's intending to fulfill his loan, get his daughter married, get his daughter educated, have a successful retirement life, and he meets an accident or due to some health reason he expires early. All these obligations are unfulfilled. Therefore, a term plan is required. Well, life expectancy is still 85, yes, true. But post the age of 75, there are hardly any milestones which are pending to be met or unsuccessful. It is expected that an average earning man would be able to fulfill all his life's goals, like having a home, having a car, getting the daughter and children educated, settled in life, their marriages, having a retirement should be done by 60, 65. The challenge after 75, Mr. Tyagaraj, is to have a sustainable income. So the challenge after 60, 70, our term plan stops where the requirement of term plan stops. See, death should not be an avenue to create a fund for the family. Death should be an avenue where your life is balanced. So if we give you a term plan beyond 85, the cost will be relatively higher because the mortality is also higher. But if we are giving you a term plan till age 75, but from 60, we are helping you start a sustainable income plan. Even if you're living till 110, the challenge after 60 is not death, it is living too long. Okay. So that's the disadvantage, Mr. Tyagaraj, and I hope you are looking at both you're looking at an apple from an apple's point of view and mango from a mango point of view. Both have their own taste and both requirements are relevant in life. So that's why our term plan discontinues at 75 and there is no discontinuation on our annuity product. Okay. How to contact unknown people? This is coming from East Tambram. Zebun Nisa. So Zebun Nisa, madam, to contact unknown people, you've not mentioned whether it's face to face or whether on the phone. So this is again out of the topic. But then annuity is if you can reach your senior citizens with small act, you can get in touch with your managing partner. He can suggest you activities which you can do, keeping in mind the COVID norms and the social distancing, and you can generate leads for people who are going in the nearby morning walks, maintaining social distance. You can help them with some information on your product and as a form of literature, and you can also take their numbers later on digital. You can have a meeting and you can take them through the requirements of annuity and why they should have an annuity product. What's the advantage of an annuity product? What is the percentage? So you help them with the right decision. I'm sure you need to first understand what value you are bringing onto the table for the customer to give his or her time. So that's my answer to you, Mrs. Zebun Nisa or Miss Zebun Nisa. Okay, wonderful. There are a lot of good morning wishes which we are receiving. Belgaum, I am still in the process of listening to you. Okay, thank you. What is the last point in pension end means? Nourishment of life. It means, Mr. Lokesh from Bangalore. Bangalore is on real fire. You see, N stands for nourishment of life. So what are the at age 60, you should feel completely nourished. There should not be a time where you should feel that I want to do this and I'm not being able to do this, or I want to give a gift to my grandchild, maybe a bicycle, and I'm not being able to do it. So when you are being able to fulfill not only your requirements, as I said, O stands for Oasis of Happiness, where you contribute to your life and you contribute to the life of others nearby you. In both ways, what we are intending to do is that we are intending to give you a completely nourished life where you feel satisfied and happy with your achievements in life. Okay, so I go to the next sheet of questions. Wonderful questions coming in. Due to paucity of time, I may not be able to take all questions, but let me assure you, there are people of our branches who are waiting for you to ask questions, and they are ready to serve you digitally without breaking any social distancing norm. Digitally, right in your drawing rooms, we can go, and on your table, on your desktops, on your laptops and your phones, we can come live and we can give you the direct support. How to convince people? Okay, Shashikala C from Bangalore. Okay, madam, you have asked me a question which even if I try to answer for 5 days, there will be some components which are remaining, Mrs. Shashikala. So, see, convincing people is about talking value. Today, I have spoken on the topic of annuity. If you keep talking to people on annuity with giving them the right value, what are the advantages in buying your products? How does your product meet their needs? So do not try to convince people. Try to put across a value. People will automatically be convinced. So that's my short answer for you. Mr. Namchandra from Bangalore, thank you. Very good question. Thank you, Mr. Namchandra. Your acknowledgement means a lot for us. Okay, Molly Sen from Kolkata, that's my city. Kemunachen Molidi, I can see a question. If I make 5 lakh lifetime income annuity, then how much will I get per month? Molidi, a personal uttar devar jonne, to answer this question, you will have to meet your individual advisor, because things like what option you want to choose, uh, what kind of what's your age, is all subjected to the product. So you need to give relevant information to your personal advisor who has invited you. Thank you for logging in from Kolkata. It's been long I have been in the city, and it's really heartwarming to see Kolkata in the list. So I would like to request you to go back to your inviting person and get in touch with him. He or she will give you a customized solution, a platform for you to answer to get the answer for this. Okay. Coimbatore, is there income tax on the income? If so, who will issue TDS? Well, this has come from Kandaswamy C from Coimbatore. Mr. Kandaswamy, thank you for asking this question. Yes, the income which you receive as pension is taxable, and we will give you a pension certificate which will be declaring how much of income you have and what is the tax liability. We will give you a pension certificate from our end. So this is coming from Chennai. Is the amount deposit cover under IT? To what extent, please? Yes, this amount which you are depositing will be always shown in your file, because we will take your last 3 years ITR, and the money which you receive will be taxable under the heads of pension. So you can have pension income there. So it is taxable as per your slab. So whatever you are earning from Kotak Life will be clubbed from other sources of income. There are 5 sources of income, as you know, in income tax, and the total income will be taxed. So that's my answer to you from Chennai. Mr. Sukumaran has asked some wonderful question. Okay, again, Syed Rafiq, you are saying that my question is on long-term investment, but the question itself is missing. So please quickly type your question and share it. I am getting another question from Sushma Malia. If the person says, I already have LIC, how do I convince him to buy product life policy? From Mangalore. Sushma ji, today we are talking not about life insurance, we are talking about annuity. But looking at an encouraging response, I'm sure that we can work something out on how to take objections of no insurance. I take it as a feedback. We will hold a separate webinar on this, and we will show you how to take objections and how to move ahead. Okay. We go on to Mr. Jagdish, whose age is considered while fixing the rate in the case of the last survivor. See, pair or the youngest of the two? That's a very nice question coming from Mr. Jagdish from Mysore. One of the loveliest places in South India has been Mysore. So, Mr. Jagdish, if I am buying a plan on with last surviving option for my spouse, then my age will be considered to ascertain the pension, and that same pension will continue. If I am looking at 50% survivor, whatever is my pension is divided by 2 and continued for my wife. So the decision is not taken, after the demise. The decision is taken on the day of inception of the contract, and that day, what is the age of the policyholder will be considered. I hope I have answered your question. What is this 5733 taxable income? I did not get this from. I just don't know what figure you're talking about, Mr. Satish Bhatt. Please get in touch with your branch training manager. He or she will help you. Okay. So, well, the interesting series of questions. Thank you so much. Whenever you ask question, it shows a great relevance of response and great relevance of involvement, and it is really, really heartwarming to see so many people responding in such a beautiful way. So I again, okay, so we have taken most of your questions. Let me find if there is any unique question which is pending. No, as of now, we have been able to address most of them. Questions which we have not addressed, we would request you to please get in touch with our life advisors and partners and managing partners who will help you have customized solution. This webinar is a holistic approach to give you relevant information. It does not eliminate the necessity of you having a 1:1 interaction and 1:1 planning with your personalized financial advisor or Kotak Life advisor. So we want to thank all the senior citizens for the great contribution to society. You built the economy by doing business, jobs, or profession. You have raised your children. You've held your family beautifully. I think you deserve a big round of applause to establish the current India we are. Whatever we are because of a senior citizen. Thank you so much. And this presentation, which we made today, was a complete dedication to your great effort and achievement. Let us call this platform as a platform for recognizing the efforts of your great life. Our life advisors and our branch teammates are waiting for your response digitally to ensure the peace of mind in secure and safe manner. Please contact them today. Freeze your peace of mind today. At today's date, the most important aspect for all of you, me, is peace of mind. Ladies and gentlemen, please secure it today. We wish you great health and we wish you great recovery from this entire pandemic. I hope each and everyone who is listening to this presentation, he or she and the entire family is completely strong and stays healthy, and we can overcome this pandemic very soon. My best wishes. On that note, your friend Taki Mohammed would like to say goodbye. Thank you, and thank you for logging in. We'll again meet next Thursday, and every Thursday we would encourage you to invite your friends, your family, and all those who would be interested to know about retirement. Please use this platform. Many of our advisors have benefited in great sales and great customer service through our webinars. Let us use this entire webinar as one of the best way to serve this business. On that behalf, I would like to sign off on behalf of Kotak Life and thank all the senior citizens for the great life. This webinar is an event where we stand by our brand promise, Hum Hai Hamesha. We always want to stand by you, even in your work life and after your work life. Thank you so much, and this was a great pleasure to meet all of you. I look forward to meet all of you in next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.